Hi guys. Okay, so first off, let me say Happy New Year because this should be the first video you're seeing in 2020. If editing me and future Jasmine got her crap together and put this video up, this should be the very first video you are seeing in 2020. So, Happy New Year. Hi, yes. Okay, so as you can tell by the title, I am doing something very different for my channel. This year, I want to do a project pan. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what a project pan is, it is where you pick makeup items or, body products or perfumes and things, and you use them all throughout the year or until you use them up, whichever comes first. Now, I have some items picked here. I have a few items from every category besides the only two categories I don't have is black eyeliner, because I just don't use black eyeliner enough to include it in a project pan, and I don't have a mascara. Now, that is because I like to have variety with my mascaras, and mascaras just don't last long enough for me to include them in a project pan. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to use all these products, and when I use a product up, I am going to continue, choose another product from my collection and continue with it. I'm not just going to stop. So this is going to be a rolling project pan, meaning as I go along and use products up, I'm going to replace them with other products. I will do an update on these products every month. Some of these products have never been used, and a lot of these products have been used. A lot of these products are just things that I want to just use up, or I just want to see how long it'll take me to use up. And just because I want to use these products up doesn't mean they're bad, doesn't mean, some of these products I absolutely love. I just want to see how long it'll take me to use them up, or if I can use them up. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so let's just start off with the way I would do my makeup, which is primer. So the first one I have is this Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer. Now this will be an easy one to use up because it's almost gone. Honestly, it's down to like here. Maybe a little more if I squeeze it all the way, which I will when I use it, but this is got about that much product in it. Not going to be hard to use up. This is going to go bad soon if I don't use this up, so I want to use this up. I don't hate it. I actually do really like it. I just don't want it to go bad, so I am going to try to use this up. Like I said, this should not be very hard. I'm going to actually, though, mark this with a Sharpie. So what we're going to do is we're going to push all this product down, and it's about right here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to mark it with a Sharpie. So next month when we do our project pan update, we can know where it started and how much I've actually used. So that is the first product. And I do have another primer. This one is a drugstore primer, and this one I did already mark because it has settled. This is the Physicians Formula Spotlight Illuminating Primer with Age-Defying Actives. And as you can see, this one's kind of settled, and it's about right to that line. And this is another one that is going to expire if I don't use it up. So I am going to try to use this up. Again, I love this product, but I just don't want it to expire. With the makeup collection like I have, things do expire. And sometimes I don't get to use them before they expire, which really, really sucks. So I'm trying, Project Pan is going to help me try to use products up before they expire and use what I have. Next, I have a few foundations. Now, this one, I can't really mark. We can try. But this is the Too Faced Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation, infused with juicy watermelon and fresh cucumbers. This scent is, oh my gosh, it smells really good, but it's super, super strong. Almost too strong for me. And it is a very full coverage foundation, which I don't prefer. I don't mind it, but I don't prefer it. So I want to try to use this up, like I said, before it expires, and actually know my feelings about it. So we are going to mark this. Now, you guys, this is pretty full. It's to about here. So we're just going to mark it about there, because that's about where, the bend is. So that's where it is. Honestly, this is going to be a challenge to use up. It says it's long wearing, dewy finish, hydrating, and brightening. It is long wear and it is dewy. I don't know about hydrating and brightening. But we will definitely use this. That is the goal. And then I have another one by Tarte. This is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Foundation. It's the Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation. It's it's settled. That's the line it's made. I love this foundation. Do not get me wrong. This is in Fair Beige. I love this foundation. I just don't give it enough love. So I do want to you know, give it some love and actually use it. Next products I have are concealers, and these are going to be really hard to mark, but this is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I mean, it's, if you look, you can't really see a marking on it because it doesn't really settle the way the packaging is. It doesn't allow you to settle. I would say it's about in between a half and three-fourths full, but that is just me, and we're just going to use this up. I don't know if I'll try to see if it'll settle, and if it does, I will insert a picture, but I don't know if it will. The next one, same thing, if it settles, I will put a mark on it and we'll know, but this is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear More Than Concealer Concealer. This is not a terrible concealer, don't get me wrong, this is what the wand looks like. It's not a bad concealer. I just am not big on full coverage concealers, and I just want to use it up. And then I have a pressed powder. Now this one I did already mark. This is the Milani Translucent Light to Medium Powder. I love this powder. Don't get me wrong. This is one of my absolute favorite drugstore powders. I just want to use it up before it goes bad. And it's about to there. If you look, you can see on both sides it's about even. So I marked it. We will continue to mark it, and I will eventually use it up. That's the goal. And then I have some bronzers. Now this is where it's going to be a little tricky. I have the Hoola Benefit Bronzer. This we're just going to have to tell by pan. So this is what it looks like. There's a very small indent in the middle, not a terrible one. Honestly, not, I mean, it's not bad, don't get me wrong, but I found so many other bronzers that work better for my skin and, you know, better for my complexion and are cheaper. So I just want to get this out of my collection and go through my bronzers because I have so many and I am one person. And this isn't even a full size. And then I have a cream contour stick. This is by Wet n Wild. This is a really good cream contour stick. Now, this is how much I have. I want to get through this. I've had this a long time, like too long to admit, and it's probably bad by now, but I want to use it up. And I have a highlighting side that I don't ever use. Oh, it's kind of, I used it for a Halloween tutorial because it's like gray. Let's wipe that off real quick. Oh, I was trying to wipe that off and it just fell out. So we're not going to be using this side of it because it just fell on the ground and that's really gross. So we're going to throw that away. The only side I now have to worry about is the contour side. Sorry about that, guys. But that is how much we have, and I will show you guys the progress as we go. And then I have, oh my gosh, you guys, this is not going to be easy to use up. I don't care for this palette, but I really want to try to use it more. This is the Tarte Park Ave Princess Contour Palette. That's what it looks like. It smells absolutely amazing. The only shade I use out of here is Princess Cut. And you can't even tell because I've used it like 5 times. I just want to show this more love and, you know, get my true feelings about it. And then if I don't use it, declutter it because if I don't use it, I don't need it. And then I have a blush. This blush is by The Balm, and it's one of my absolute favorite blushes, but I feel like blushes, they take forever to go through. I've never hit pan on a blush, like ever, so I want to try to hit pan on a blush, and this is probably one of my most used blushes. You can't tell, but it is. This is the Balm Cabana Boy. Now, we are just going to go by pictures because I can't really show you much, but this is what it looks like. That's going to be a hard one. And then, oh, I have another powder I completely forgot. Now, I don't really have a pressed powder that I want to use up besides this one because I love my pressed powders. I use them regularly, and I go through pressed powders pretty regularly. But this one is from LA Colors. This is the Nude Pressed Powder, and it's not a bad pressed powder. Looks like this. And you can see there's a slight dent in it. I don't think there's much product in here, so I don't think this will be very hard to use up. But we will see. And then I have some highlighters. Now, one of these are going to be insanely hard to use up. This is a Jeffree Star highlighter. Now, if you know, his highlighters aren't massive. You get 15 grams in here. That is insane. And I feel like this is going to take me forever and a half to use up. This is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Frost in Crystal Ball. I don't even know if this shade is still available. As you can see, this shade is like hardly touched compared to some of my other highlighters. But it's starting to get that hard pan on it, which means it's starting to go bad. So I would love to use this up. And honestly, I am 110% curious how long it'll take me to use up a Jeffree Star highlighter, because these are massive. Like, that is the size of my hand. Insane. And then this one shouldn't be terribly hard to use up. This is a sleek makeup highlighting palette, and I've hit pan on all the shades. So I just want to, you know, finish it and get it out of my collection, which I don't think will be very hard. I love these shades very, very much, and honestly won't be very hard to use up. Next, I have an eyeshadow primer, and this one's by NYX. This is the NYX Professional Makeup White Base. I have barely touched this. As you can see, there's a small dent in the center, but other than that, not much of anything. And we will see how much progress I make. The issue with this is a little bit goes a long way, so I feel like this is going to take me a while to use up. And then I have an eyeliner, which I'm probably going to use for a while. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Long Wear Eye Pencil in Nude. This is the length of it, and we will measure this from the tip of my finger down. So holding it at the tip of my finger, it goes down to there. And I feel like this is going to take me a not terribly long to use up, because it is a sharpenable one, and you do lose quite a bit of length every time you sharpen it. So if I just use this every day, I should be okay. And we have an eyebrow product. This is the Benefit Ka-Brow. Now, I absolutely love this, but it's getting really dried up. I've had to add stuff to it to kind of revive it. And if you can tell, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell the line that it's made on the container. And it looks like this in the inside. This will not be hard to use up. I use this maybe for a month straight, and I should be okay. The issue is it gets dried up so easily that I have to add like a contact solution to it. And when I do that, it adds weight to it and it adds product to it. So that might be the only issue, but I do really need to use this up. This is in the shade 3, which is a very good shade match for me. It's just starting to get really dry. And then I have a spray. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Bear With Me Prime Set and Refresh Spray. As you can see, I will mark it with a Sharpie. I have not used that very much. I think I've used it a maximum of 3 times. We're there. This is 4.39 fluid ounces, which will take me a minute to get through, but I mean, it's not my favorite spray, so I do just want to use it up and get it out of the way. It says it's sensitive skin friendly, however, the third ingredient is alcohol, which is not friendly for any skin. Alcohol should not be in a spray, in my personal opinion. It dries out your skin, and I don't think it should be in a spray. However, this does have glycerin in it, which is really good. It's not a terrible spray, but I don't like that alcohol is in it, and I don't think it should be terribly hard to use up. And then I have 3 lip products. Now, one of them is a lipstick. This is the Rimmel Lipstick in Airy Fairy. Now, this is my all-time favorite lipstick, and it has been for quite some time, and there's this much left. Not very much at all. However, it's getting to that point where it's getting really old, and it really needs to be used up. So that is what we're going to do. And I don't think it'll be long before I use that up. The next 2 are going to be a little harder to decide. This is the Balm Creamy Lip Stain. This is brand new. I've never used this. I've swatched it maybe twice. This is going to take some time to use up, and I may not even use it up. And this next one is the Tarte Tartiste Lip Paint in Strike Gold. This one I've used maybe 3 times. It's going to take me a while to use this up, and I may not even do so, but those are the 3 lip products I really want to focus on. Mainly for this one, I'm very curious how long it'll take me to use this up, because I have quite a few Tarte lip paints, and they're all full size, and I want to know how long it'll take me to use them up. I think that it'll take me longer than this Project Pan to use this up, but that's my personal prediction. And the last makeup product I have is an eyeshadow palette. Now, I debated on putting an eyeshadow palette in here because I love most all of my eyeshadow palettes, and I don't really want to use any of them. up, but there is one that I would like to give some more love to. And this is a really old eyeshadow palette that you can't even get anymore. This is the Violet Voss X Laura Lee Pro Eyeshadow Palette. This came out in like 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2016. And these are what all the shades look like. Now, as you can tell, I've made pretty good dents on some shades like Tickled Pink and Hissy Fit. Those two shades in the middle, I've made some pretty good progress on, along with 1988 and Basic. My goal is to hit pan on at least 6 shadows in this thing. And then once I do that, I will probably move this out of the declutter, or out of the project pan. And then I have a few other products. And one of them is a spray, which we will mark with a Sharpie again, which I keep losing every time I set it down. This is the Bath & Body Works Sun Ripened Raspberry Spray. It's about down to there. Now, as I've stated in many of my videos, that, you know, my empties and things, I'm trying to use up the sprays and perfumes I have, and I think Project Pan will be a very good way to help me use those up, just because I have a lot and I don't wear perfume very often or body sprays very often, and I want to use up what I have and then decide what 2 or 3 perfumes are actually worth repurchasing in my mind. So this will be a good way to use them up. And then I have this Olay Quench body lotion. This is the Ultra Moisture with Shea Butter. Now, I have dry skin. You know that if you watch any of my videos. And you'd think someone who has dry skin, I would fly through lotions. I just forget to put it on. I'm terrible. I complain to myself in my head that my skin is so dry, and then I don't put lotion on. So I want to try to use up, I have like 6 or 8 lotions about this size, and I want to try to use them up. This is about down to here. I mean, we can mark it, but I don't know how much use it will be because you can't really see through the container, but it is like about here. I can feel it. It's about there. And I just want to use that up. I really, really just need to start using using lotions, especially this time of year when my skin is this dry. But that is everything. I will have in this description box below a hashtag. It's hashtag Project Pan. If you guys want to see more videos like this, click on that hashtag, and it'll bring you to anybody using that hashtag. And this is the way to connect with other Project Panners. Now, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on this. Is this something you guys are interested in seeing, or am I doing this for nothing? Because I would love to know. That is everything. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to subscribe down below, and let me know if you guys are doing a project pan, or what items are you trying to use up, or what items are you loving? Let me know down below. I love to hear your thoughts and opinions. That is all. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.